Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Coach Danny. Thank you so much for joining me for this restorative movement class focused on the kidneys. We'll get started in just a few seconds. So, in the meantime, make sure you have a yoga mat and you've got plenty of room to move around and you are feeling comfortable, you're dressed comfortably. And I think that's all we need for today. Good morning. I see some people joining. All right, so let's go ahead and make our way over to our yoga mat. Again, you won't really need a lot of equipment. This 30-minute class is going to be very gentle. It's going to be focused on improving the movement and the function of the kidneys. So this class is great for anyone that's had any kind of kidney disease in the past or any kind of kidney stones. This is going to help improve the function of the kidneys and also your hip mobility. So, your kidneys and your hips are very tied together. We're going to be doing some femoral nerve glide. So, if you've ever had any kind of hip issues, you're probably familiar with the femoral nerve. So, we're going to be moving that as well. So, good morning, everyone that's just joining. We're going to go ahead and make our way to our yoga mat. We're actually going to start in a standing position. So let's go ahead and make our way over to your mat. And I like to start my classes with a body scan, full body scan, just to get in tune. So go ahead and start with a couple of steps in place. Wherever you are, just step in place and then let those feet just naturally fall underneath the hips. And go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Let your arms relax by your side. Go ahead and close your eyes on your next exhale. And then tune your attention to your feet. And as we go through this body scan, I just want to remind you that there is no right or wrong. We're not focused on correcting or adjusting or how things should be or should feel. We're just tuning in and being present with what is. So, as we can go through this body scan, I want you to just simply observe and not judge. We're just noticing, we're just kind of collecting some notes about where we are today. So, checking in with the feet, just check in, notice where is your weight distributed. Are they kind of towards the front of the feet, towards the back, towards the middle, inside, outside? Just noticing. And then we're going to make our way up towards the ankles, towards the shins, and then checking in with the knees. How do those knees feel in relation to the lower leg, the ankles, the feet? And then moving up the leg into the thighs and then towards the hips. So checking in with the hips and in your mind's eye, just envisioning where that leg connects into your pelvis. So that's your hip joint. And then if you were to take a bird's eye view of your pelvis, kind of what would you see? Does that hip rotate forward or back? Does one side push forward, rotated back more than the other? And again, we're just noticing, we're not judging. And then we're going to make our way around to the back of the pelvis at your sacrum. And we're going to follow that up all the way up the spine. So into your lumbar spine, your thoracic spine, and into your neck. Can you feel the curves of your spine? And all we're doing is just increasing our body awareness through this scan. We're just noticing, getting familiar with our body and how it feels today. And then we're going to bring that attention around to the rib cage. So we're going to kind of like wrap from the spine around to the front. How does that rib cage sit in relation to the spine and to the pelvis? And then bringing the attention up towards the shoulder girdle. So this is going to be your shoulder blades, your collarbones, and that shoulder joint. Tuning into how the shoulders feel. Do they feel nice, relaxed? Do they feel tensed, elevated, pushed forward, pulled back? How does one side feel compared to the other? And then checking in with the arms. Where do your arms exist in space in relation to your body? And then moving up into the neck and head. So assessing how the neck and head sit in relation to the rest of your body. Is your head pushed forward? Is it pushed back? Do you notice you have a chin tilt up or down? Do you have any rotation or any head tilting from side to side? And again, no right or wrong, just noticing. And then the last thing we're going to check in is with your head space. So that space above the head. So think of this as your mind. How does that headspace feel in relation to how your body physically feels? And then we're going to draw that attention back down. So moving down the spine. So from the head down the spine. And we're going to pause at about belly button level. So this is where your kidneys live. In general, the right kidney sits just a little lower than your left kidney because of the liver, but they are about um, maybe 2 fingers outward from your belly button. So, in your mind's eye, you're just kind of bringing some awareness to your kidneys. And from here, we're just going to take a deep breath in, exhale, making that mind body connection with the kidneys. And then very slowly, you can flutter your eyes open, bringing your attention back into the room around you. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way back down to the floor, or we're going to make our way down to the floor. And then we're going to come down to a supine laying down position. So if you maybe have a pillow or a couch cushion that you'd like to use, that's totally fine. Whatever helps you feel most comfortable, especially while laying on the floor. So here we're going to bring a little bit more awareness to the kidneys. So what you're going to do first is make 2 fists, your hands, and then you're going to place your 2 fists just outside the belly button. So think about like 2 fingers distance away from the belly button. You're going to place your fist kind of right in there. So it's kind of just like on the inside of the your pelvic um, rim, so at the top of the pelvis, um, a little higher up at about belly button level. So from there, we're gonna do some breathing exercises as we visualize the kidneys, the movement of the kidneys. So taking a breath in, we're gonna kind of push into our abdomen just very gently. So push in and down as we breathe in. And then on the exhale, let your fist rise back up to that starting position. So we're mimicking the movement of the kidneys here. Taking a breath in, we're pushing down into the abdomen and then down towards the pelvis on that inhale. And then exhale, let the fist rise back up. Breathing in, pushing down with the fist, and then exhale, allowing the fist to rise back up. So we'll do a couple more here. Feel free to go at your own pace. Let's take about 2 more breaths and we'll come back together. All right, go ahead and relax the hands, wiggle out the fingers. From here, we're going to do alternating knee hugs. So we're going to pull that right knee into flexion, the hip into flexion, and then hug that leg in. So we're going to grab behind that knee, hug it in towards your chest. You might feel a little stretch through the low back. And then we'll release that leg back towards the ground and then pull the left knee up into flexion and hip flexion as well. Give a little hug and then release. So a couple more, just alternating side to side. Again, feel free to go at your own pace. So think of this movement as giving your kidneys a little hug. So we're kind of pulling the hip into flexion, kind of giving the kidney a little hug from the back and also from the front. So one of the most important things that I like to do while I'm focused on any kind of organ specific movement is always that visualization piece, that mind body connection. I know sometimes it can feel a little silly to kind of just visualize giving your kidney a hug or any organ for that matter, but it really does help improve just the mind body connection and also the function. Because if we think about right, our brain, our nervous system controls literally everything. If we can kind of send some more awareness to that specific organ or body area, it's going to improve the neuroreceptors around that area, around that organ. It's going to help improve the function. So sometimes it feels like it's way too simple, it's way too silly, but it really does work. All right. Let's go ahead and bring both feet to the floor. So we'll bend those knees, bringing both feet to the floor. We're going to take your right leg up and we're going to cross the right foot over the left knee. So we're kind of making this figure four position. We'll push that knee out to the side. From here, let your hands rest on your abdomen. Take a breath in. And then on the exhale, let your left leg fall to the side. So we're bringing the left leg to the side, and then your right foot is going to reach to the floor if you can. You might have to kind of adjust your legs a little bit. Um, just make sure you feel comfortable and keeping the hands on the abdomen. We're going to take a few breaths here. Breathe in, try to expand the lungs as much as possible. And then exhale. Breathe in and then exhale. One more. Take a breath in and exhale. On your next inhale, push that left leg back up. So you're kind of pushing into the side of your left foot to bring that leg back to center. From here, we're going to do 10 glute bridges. So we'll let those arms rest by your side. Press the palms into the floor to help engage the core. From here, you're going to press that left foot into the ground, lift the hip, and let that right knee keep falling to the side. Back down, lift two, three, four, five, six. If you notice that right knee starting to sneak in towards your mid center, push that knee right back out. Seven, eight, nine, and one more. 10. Nice job. All right, go ahead and relax that right leg down. And then we'll repeat on the other side. So we'll take your left foot up, cross that left ankle over the right knee, let the left knee open up, and then take a breath in And on the exhale, we'll let that right knee fall over to the side. We'll take the hands on the abdomen. And from here, we'll take a few breaths. So breathe in, let the lungs expand. And exhale. Really try to lengthen your exhales. Take a breath in. Long exhale. One more, breathe in. And long exhale. And on your next inhale, push the side of your right foot into the ground and then bring that leg back to center. We're going to take the arms by your side, palms press into the ground. Engage the core. We're going to lift glute bridges. Lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, checking in with that knee. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice work. Good. All right. Let's extend both legs out, wiggle them out. Go ahead and take your legs wide and then take your arms over your head into a wide V. So we're kind of laying in a really big X. From here, we're going to do a little bit of rolling. This is called Da Vinci rolling. So let's start with the right arm. Your right arm is going to lift. Take a breath in. Lift, and it's going to reach across your body, and you're going to roll up and over onto your left side. I'm going to make sure I don't squish my mic here. So I'm rolled over onto my left side. My right leg is kind of trailing behind me, so it should feel big, nice stretch along the right side of the body. Deep exhale. And on the next inhale, we're going to roll back to center, back into that big X. Breathe in. And then on the next exhale, we're going to reach the left arm. So we're going to reach across to the right side. We're going to roll up onto the right side of your body. Left leg trails behind. Reaching across, big stretch through the left side of the body. Inhale, reach back to center. So a few more, breathing in through the center, exhaling as you reach across. Inhale to center. Exhale, reach across. Inhale to center. Exhale, reach across. And as always, feel free to move at your own pace. Rotation is one of those movements that I don't think we get enough of in our day to day lives. So, something that I like to make sure I implement into my movement sessions, my workouts, any chance I get, I'm gonna add in a little rotation. One more to each side. Big exhale, back to center, and then exhale, other side. And then we're going to come back to center. From here, go ahead and make yourself into a little ball. So pull those knees in, hug the knees into your chest. And from here, we're going to let the hands rest on the knees and we're going to kind of make some like knee circles. So hands on the knees, feet are off the floor. We're going to kind of push the knees over to the left, a little forward, over to the right, and then back towards your abdomen. So let's do a few more knee circles. And you might notice we're actually kind of massaging the sacrum, the back of the pelvis, the low back against the floor. One more in this direction and bring it back to center. So now we're going to kind of push the knees over to the right. We'll just reverse that direction forward. left, and then pull the knees in. Nice. So it should just feel very gentle. And then back to center. Okay, let's go ahead and roll over onto your side and we'll come to a seated position. Okay, hopefully you're all feeling good. Um, Let me know in the comments how you're doing so far. And we're gonna find a seated position. You can take one leg in front and then make sure weight is on both hips. So from here, so I've got my right leg in front and I'm going to reach my right hand to the floor. So right hand is reaching to the floor. I'm going to take my left arm, breathe in, and then reach up and over. I'm going to bend that right elbow and I'm going to do my best to keep that left hip off the floor. It's going to want to come up off the floor. I'm pressing my left hip into the floor, reaching my left arm up and over to the right. Taking a breath. And again, making that mind body connection, visualizing that kidney. So right now we're stretching that left side, left kidney, giving it a little more wiggle room. And relax back to center. Let's go ahead and take the opposite leg in front. So I'm taking my left leg in front, left hand to the floor, taking my right arm up, taking a breath in, and then exhale, reaching up and over. So making that right side really long, breathing. Good. And then moving back to center. Okay. Nice work, everyone. Let's go ahead, come up into a half kneeling position. We're going to do a little bit more hip work now. And if you need a little extra cushion underneath your knees, you can either roll up your yoga mat or use like a pillow or cushion or bolster or whatever you need to make yourself comfortable. So, in a kneeling position, I'm going to take my right knee forward. So right knee is forward and um, think about being on railroad tracks. So you see how my foot and my knee are kind of a little bit of a distance apart. I'm not in one line like a tightrope. I'm more in a railroad position. Okay. From here, I'm going to tuck my pelvis under and I'm going to just let myself kind of slouch over my ribs a little bit. So just giving my body a little bit of slack. I'm not trying to be like postured and rigid all the time, giving myself a little slack here. And from here, we're going to allow the pelvis to rock forward and back. So kind of like a little tilt. So from the side, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this a little better. Kind of got my pelvis a little tucked. I'm relaxed over my body and I'm going to tuck and release that tilt. So posterior tuck, anterior tuck, backwards tuck, forward tuck. Okay. So we're going to continue that at your own pace. So again, relaxed position in that half kneeling position. Pelvis is slightly tucked under. We're going to tuck and forward tilt, tilt back and forward. And now you can add in a little rotation here as well. So taking your left hand across to your right knee and then allowing your body to sort of hang up and over your right leg. So you can try that as well and adding the pelvic tilts. And of course, if that feels too much for you, you can come back to that centered position. So just want to give you some different options. Good. And let's go ahead, come back to center. And we're going to take that same side knee. We're going to open it up to the side. So think about taking that knee out 90 degrees. And then I'm going to push my knee over that foot. So I'm kind of in this pushed forward, stretched position. You might feel a little stretch through that groin area. From here, we're going to do that same thing. We're going to tuck the pelvis under. Upper body is nice, relaxed, and forward tilt, tilt back, tilt forward. Continue at your own pace. We're going to do about 10 each. About 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, bring it back to center. We're going to take that leg in about 45 degrees. And we're going to reach the hands down to the floor. And we're going to push the hips forward. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can hopefully see this a little better. I've got my right leg at about a 45 degrees. I'm reaching to the floor and I'm pushing my hips forward. From here, we're going to push the hands into the ground, around that upper back, and then try to open the chest. So a little bit of cat-cow here. So breathing in as you open the chest. Exhale, round. Breathe in, open. Exhale, round. Breathe in, open. Exhale, round. And now push forward into your foot and try to get some hip circles here. So we're kind of moving the hips into a circle, just exploring what each of those positions feel like. Moving through those circles, and they can be little circles, bigger circles, or you can kind of start small and then move into bigger circles, whatever your body will allow today. And bring it back to center. Go ahead, come on up, and we'll bring that right leg back to center, and we'll repeat on the left side. So you've got the left leg is forward now. So we're tucking that pelvis slightly under, allowing that upper body to relax. So you're just like a little slouched. And we're going to start with those pelvic tilts. So tucking that pelvis under and then forward, under and then forward. And again, from the side, got my pelvis tucked under, slightly slouched, and tucking under, and then tucking or opening the hips forward, tuck under and forward. And then you can add in that rotation if you'd like. So I'm reaching my right hand across to the left knee, and I'm kind of folding over my left leg. And I'm adding in those pelvic tilts. Again, just a reminder, allow that upper body to be as relaxed as possible. I often have to check in, make sure I'm allowing my body to feel relaxed as I move. Good. And bring it back to center. Now we're going to open up that left leg 90 degrees. We're going to open that leg out to the side. We're going to push that knee out over that foot. So have a little stretch on the inside of the legs. And then same thing, let that pelvis rock forward, and we'll add those pelvic tilts. And we'll get about 10 of these forward and back. About 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, taking that leg in 45 degrees, and I'm reaching to the ground. So I'm going to turn to the side here. My left leg's 45 degrees. Reach those hands forward and cat cow. Push those hips forward and then open up the chest. Breathe in and then exhale, round. Breathe in, exhale, round. Breathe in. And last time, exhale, round. And then come back to a neutral spine and then push those hips forward and around, creating some circles. You can let the knee, the foot move. So you can start small and then move into bigger circles, just exploring the range of motion of your hips this morning. You might notice that one side feels different from the other. I definitely feel a little more restriction on this left side. But again, we're not judging, we're not aiming to fix, we're just noticing. And then we'll bring those hips back to center. And then go ahead, come into quadruped position, so hands and knees, and we'll sit the hips back into a child's pose. And we'll end here. We'll end with a quick body scan like we did at the beginning. We'll take a few breaths here. When you're ready, slowly roll it up and then make your way back to a standing position. And then take a few steps in place. Let the feet fall underneath the hips. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, close your eyes. And then check in with the feet. And just notice the weight distribution on your feet. Check in with the ankles, the shins, the knees. Checking in with the thighs, the hips. How does that lower body feel compared to when we first started class? Checking in with the hip joint, the pelvis. If you were to look down into your pelvic bowl, what do you see? What do you feel? And then bring that attention to the back of the pelvis, so to your sacrum. Then we're going to follow that up the spine. Can you feel the curves of your spine? Is there a little more awareness, a little more openness? Or does it feel the same? Then we're going to wrap around the rib cage to the front, taking a breath in. How does that rib cage sit in relation to the rest of the body? How does it move compared to when we started class? And then bringing the attention to the shoulder girdles, your collarbone, your shoulder blades, your shoulder joint, and your arms. And then lastly, checking in with the neck, the head. How does the head sit in relation to the rest of the body? What do you notice that's different? What do you notice that is the same? And then checking in with the head space, so that area above the head. Does it feel in alignment with how you feel physically? And then we're going to bring both of your hands to your abdomen at about belly button height, so right where your kidneys would be. We're just going to place your hands gently on your abdomen. We're going to take a moment to thank our kidneys for being present today, for sustaining us, for filtering our body's waste and removing things that don't need to be in our bodies. Our kidneys work a lot and they move a lot. They actually travel about 1.5 to 3 miles each day as they move up and down the spine. So we'll give your kidneys some love and we'll thank them. And thank you all for joining me for class today. I really appreciate all of you being here. Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining this class, this restorative movement class. If you would like to see some more of these classes, let me know in the comments. I see so many of you are on here. That's great to see so many people. Thank you all for being here. If anyone has any questions, I'm going to hang around for a couple of minutes to try to answer some questions. Let me know if you enjoyed the class, if you would like to see some more restorative movement classes like this one, or if there's specific um, requests for future classes, please let me know. And again, thank you all so much for being here. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad that you got motivated. Yeah, having it live motivated you to be here. That's awesome. This class will also live on my YouTube channel, Restorative Movement Classes. Um, oh, hey, glad to see some of you on here. I know this is live, so I'm going to try not to like say people's names on here. um, but glad so many of you could join. Hello. So yeah, if you have any requests for other classes, please let me know. And this class, like I said, will live on my restorative movement playlist. So you'll be able to rewatch this class as often as you'd like. And then we'll, of course, do more classes for the kidneys as well. Those kidneys need a lot of extra love. So thank you all for being here. All right, just waiting to see if anyone had any questions. If not, that will be it for today. Thank you all. We'll hang around for another minute or so, see if anyone has questions. See a lot of hearts coming in. Thanks. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love and the support. I love that so many of you showed up. And again, we'll have more of these classes. So if you are on my email list, I should let me pull that up. I'll put that in the chat. Um, So put that here. If you are not on my email list, make sure you join so that you know when future classes are happening. Otherwise, you can connect with me on social media, on YouTube, obviously at Daniela Spear. That's where we are now. And then Instagram at Daniela.spear. I'm on Instagram quite a bit. And then if you have any interest in doing some more of this work, or if you found something that came up for you today or that like really resonated with you and you would like some more support in your movement practice, I do also offer one-on-one sessions and they are virtual. So restorative movement sessions. So please feel free to schedule a session if you'd like. And I'll also provide that link here. So restorative movement sessions. The link is in the chat as well. So make sure you grab that. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. That'll be it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, Instagram at Daniela.spear. Or if you prefer email, it is hello@remadewellness.com. All right. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. And I'll see you all soon.